To save the economy during the pandemic, the government started helping businesses pay their employees, keep them working rather than on unemployment. About $15 billion tax dollars were given to Colorado businesses. Investigative reporter Jeremy Hola found dozens of those companies got a lot of aid while also owing a lot of tax money.
There's a good chance your fork has pierced a product from this corner of Colorado. How are things in the mushroom business these days?
Well, it's very challenging.
Near the Rio Grande in Alamosa,
It was the largest private employer in the San Luis Valley, employing about 250, 260 people.
Baljit Nanda's 40-year-old farm was sinking.
Mushroom growing is not as easy as people think.
The sudden shutdown of mushroom-hungry restaurants across the West and 2 COVID outbreaks impacting 33 employees nearly shut it all down.
So that was a big drawback.
Thanks to nearly $2 million of your tax dollars, Nanda's ailing mushroom farm was saved. A Paycheck Protection Program loan, forgivable as long as he uses it to pay employees.
Without that, we wouldn't have been able to survive.
Survival of the economy relied on fast government money, so loan rules were lax. That allowed some businesses to take money from a system they didn't consistently pay into. 9 Wants to Know compared a state list of tax delinquents to a list of businesses given loans. When matches popped up, we looked deeper at tax liens. We found Nanda's business owes more than $2 million in Colorado taxes and more than $800,000 to the IRS. He's had tax liens on the record since 2007. Is it fair for your business to benefit from tax dollars when you won't pay taxes?
I didn't quite understand what you mean by you don't pay taxes.
We wanted to know if it was against the rules for tax delinquents to get PPP loans. We made dozens of calls to numerous government agencies. Turns out there are no rules. That's how 161 Colorado entities were able to get your tax money while owing $6 million to the state. Collectively, they've received $13 million in COVID relief. The mushroom farm tops the list. Holy shiitake.
Our attorneys are working with the IRS to put a payment plan together so we can pay those taxes.
Is it fair, though, for you to reap the benefits of tax dollars when you won't pay into the tax dollar system?
If the farm was closed down and all these employees had lost their jobs, what it would have done to the local economy.
We wouldn't have made it through that period without that funding.
Chris Ream owns 5 after-hours urgent care facilities. His business got nearly $900,000 in COVID relief despite tax liens. We've learned this summer his business owed $195,000. Is it fair for you as a business to benefit from tax dollars when you've had trouble paying into the tax system?
Is it fair for me to benefit from tax dollars when you have paid into the tax system?
When you've had trouble paying into the tax system?
Why would it be unfair? We certainly had our struggles, and this gave us the opportunity to survive in advance.
Essentially, they're benefiting from taxpayer money without contributing to the system.
Tim Stretton is with the Project on Government Oversight.
And if these companies had tax liens and were not paying federal taxes, they probably weren't in good financial standing and probably shouldn't have been eligible for these loans.
He says rules should change for the next financial crisis. Only those who pay into the system should get help.
There were simple things that they could have put in place, especially as the programs were reauthorized.
Food for thought, as Nanda says don't stick a fork in him just yet.
My obligation is to those employees, number one. My obligation is to the local economy. And my obligation is to pay the company should pay the taxes. And that's where I'm focused on, and that's why I'm still there, I'm still working, when even during COVID.
And to be clear, there's no indication these businesses broke the law, and the owner of After Hours tells us he is now in compliance with the IRS, and the PPP loan actually helped him save 65 healthcare jobs, which is what the intent of the program was to do.
Right, but so we're clear. I mean, obviously, all this revved up really quickly. Did they just not put a priority in looking if people have been paying their taxes?
It was not a priority, at least when it comes to tax delinquency. There's other government programs, loan programs that the SBA handles that actually require businesses to be in good standing with the government. but not for this program. You can see the full list of what we found on 9news.com.
All right. Thank you, Jeremy.
Yep.